Welcome back to Data Simplified, where we break down complex tech topics into digestible insights. I'm Nancy Gonzalez, and today we'll be talking about maximizing ROI from AI investments. And my guest today is Mo Shiha. Hi, Mo.
Hi, Nancy.
Mo has well over 20 years of experience leading data professionals, making data driven decisions in marketing, sales, supply chain management, and more. He just published an insightful article, Data Analytics and AI Flywheel, driving sustainable value and economic impact. So stay tuned until the end. We'll share a friend link to access Mo's article on Medium. So Mo, it's great to have you here. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Uh, so Mo, let's jump right in. So I assume that you are an AI optimist. So how do you see the future?
Well, I believe it's still day one in AI. It's a very promising journey, and it's very promising to see what AI has been capable of doing today. It's important to acknowledge that we are barely scratching the surface of what, with today's application, compared to what AI is already capable of doing today. I envision a future where human and AI are collaborating together and really doing many great things that we can't do today without AI, more efficiently, cheaper, faster, better. It's important, though, to understand that human intelligence is far more sophisticated than just learning from data, text, visuals, and audio, which AI has managed so far to prove it's capable of doing. We, as human beings, we learn from each other's experience. We memorize and forget. We also have our opinions and recommendations rooted into our values. And all of this evolves over time. So far, you can argue that social intelligence and emotional intelligence are among some forms of intelligence that AI hasn't yet been able to effectively mimic. Various researchers and consulting firms are saying that, or forecasting that companies will invest over $1 trillion over the coming few years in AI. Some other consulting companies are also predicting a return of about $2 to $3 trillion in 1 year from AI. And I believe that these figures are still conservative, given the fact that GDP in 2023 was over $105 trillion. But in order to realize any value from AI, if you like, we need to crack the most important problem, which is the high failure rate in AI projects. Now, as we speak today, it's 80 to 90%. And that's very consistent with previous surveys on projects focusing on generative AI and machine learning, and previously also on data analytics project success rate.
So 80 to 90, that's quite high. Why do like organizations fail to deliver value from AI? I think.
Well, that's a great question. It's often rooted in misalignment between AI initiatives and the business strategies. So many organizations jump into AI without clear understanding of how this fits into their bigger strategy and broader goals, if you like, and without necessary understanding of the requirements in terms of data, infrastructure, and expertise in order to build data analytics and AI products. And even on the other side, there are some organizations that get stuck, start adopting data and analytics and AI, but get stuck with business intelligence. They want to get it perfect, and they never have the confidence and trust to build in their own capabilities to build AI products and start realizing higher value. Because let's face it, most of the value comes from predictive and prescriptive analytics, not from descriptive ones.
So what So what can leaders do to realize value from AI then?
Well, many discussions are amusingly focusing on how startups like OpenAI and Anthropic or big tech companies like Apple, Amazon, Google
Mm.
are generating today great value from AI and their sharehold for both shareholders and customers. But that's overlooking that where these companies are today is a product of a long-term journey, yeah, and it's a continuous effort of pushing in the same direction and strong data culture across the organization that enables basically the organization to become a great data-driven organization and help them become who they are today. That's why I believe the flywheel concept that was introduced by Jim Collins in his very interesting book, Good to Great, back in 2001, can help by applying this concept to data and AI. In a nutshell, Collins says or uses the metaphor of a giant desk, and basically it takes a lot of effort to push to make the first turn, but with sustained incremental efforts, this moves in the same direction and basically builds up momentum until it becomes completely unstoppable. So analytics and AI flywheel, which you introduced in the beginning, is a concept that I'm proposing, and it serves as the North Star for organizations to make sure that they are on the right direction and measuring the right things.
So you mentioned, right, the business strategy, right, the flywheel. So infused with AI rather than AI strategy. Why is
Yes.
that important?
So we don't want to create silos, okay? We don't want to create an AI strategy in a vacuum, if you like, yeah? We want the strategy of the business to be infused with AI, so we ensure that the greatest alignment between the AI products and what the business wants to focus on in terms of business goals. This makes it more likely that AI products and data analytics products secure the necessary commitment of resources and succeed. It's important to approach data and AI as a long-term change journey rather than just a product or single product or a project or a program, with awareness of the impact, the greater impact that these products might have on business partners, on people, and the environment. Let's not forget that many AI models are still inefficient. We want them to become a lot more efficient because before we are able to use them at scale.
And so what does it take to achieve that?
So my proposal is that if we think about data analytics and AI as products, yeah, and they have two components: the insights supply side and the insights consumption side. On the insight supply side, momentum comes from creating culture of continuous improvement and learnings. So data infrastructure and the data teams are efficiently delivering timely actionable insights. The more we have data teams able to deliver value for the business, the better the quality of the data that we have, and the better the quality, then the more we are able to deliver also data analytics products. So here the focus is on delivering data analytics and AI efficiently. On the consumption side, the momentum comes from fostering trusted partnership between the business users and the organization leadership, the data professionals, and the data products themselves. So once we are able to deliver value to the business, then we earn this trust, but then it takes a lot of effort to nurture this trust and drive the adoption of the data analytics and AI products that we have built. Yeah.
Right. So how do we create like that momentum that's needed to drive this?
So as I said, it's important that we focus on in the supply side. We focus on quality data. We focus on developing the talent. We focus on uh, making sure that we have the right infrastructure. All of this has to work to deliver timely, actionable insights. And then on the other side, yeah, on the consumption side, yeah, we need to have trust in the data and in the products. And this can come from training, this can come from explanations of the data analytics and AI insights that we are delivering. It comes from data literacy and AI literacy. I know that there is a lot of debate about using this term literacy, yeah, but it's one of those things that are really important to drive this momentum.
Absolutely. So basically, business 101, supply and demand. Makes sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do we make our data AI ready? What do we need to do?
Um, I argue that the more we deliver value, business value, the more our data quality will be better. Yeah. We need to focus on, we need to think of data quality beyond the normal measures of data quality or normal dimensions of data quality. And we need to take into consideration the value, economic value of the data. We need to take into consideration the accessibility of the data. Yeah. Uh, at the end of the day, we don't want to have data scientists or data analysts spending hours or weeks just to get access to
Right.
data. And at the end of the day, we don't find them so much relevant. That's on one side. And the other side on data quality is on the output. Okay. So we use our data, assume it's great quality data. We use it to inform a model. Yeah. And over time, data changes or data drifts, as data scientists like to call it, yeah, and the performance changes over time. So, in order to guarantee that we get the right level of accuracy or whatever other success measure we want to follow, we need to have ML ops in place. We need to have LLM ops if it is talking about LLM application. Um, so data quality is really at the heart of making our organization AI ready. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So, and it seems like the team that's going to be running that has to be up to mark as well, which finding the right
True.
talent can often be a challenge, right?
True.
There's notion out there that only like big tech companies can attract the great data talent, which we know isn't the case. But how can non-tech companies attract and retain the right data professionals to help run this, to help make everything data centric?
So AI or data professionals in general like to work on big problems. Okay, so if the problem is strategic enough, if it stems from the business strategy, then it's likely going to be something big, important for the organization and its success. They also like to have they are curious. Okay, so they would like to be always learning and developing their data analytics and AI skills.
Right.
Yeah, this is a rapidly evolving market, and they want to make sure that there is an opportunity to have access to latest and greatest infrastructure, easily have access to data, and basically be able to work on these great problems to deliver value rather quickly. So this is what data professionals actually want from your organization. They need the coaching, mentorship, and the access to technology, data in order to be excited enough to work on your problems.
So give them a good problem.
Exactly.
Okay. And give them the tools to be able to tackle it, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do we measure the success of our like data analytics product supply? How do we know that we did it, that we made it?
So I like to think about the desired end result. From this side, we need timely, actionable insights. Yeah, from the supply side of the data analytics and AI, we need timely, actionable insights. And my preferred metric, which I propose in the article, is time to insight, which is, in other words, measuring how much time our data analytics and AI team needs from receiving a request to turning around an insight in order to clean up the data, run a model, train a model, and then deliver or serve an insight at the end. Yeah, this tells you whether you are improving. If you are improving this time to insight, it tells you whether data quality is getting better. It tells you if we are getting better infrastructure over time, if our team is skilled enough to tackle the problems we have at our hand.
Right, and identify gaps and
Right.
plug them.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously it's great to have an efficient machine that delivers, like you said, actionable insights. But when do we ensure that these insights are used to make data-driven decisions, which is one of your expertise, right?
Right. So this brings us to the consumption side of the flywheel. Yeah. And the consumption side of the flywheel is built to foster trusted partnership between the business side and the leadership, data analytics or data professionals. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the higher the adoption rate, or the higher, or first, once we earn the trust and nurture this trust, then we drive more adoption rate, and the higher the adoption rate, then we get more and more business value from the products we deliver.
Right. And so you brought up trust, right? So how do
Right.
we establish or reestablish trust between like the business side and now the data professionals? How do we get these two to be on the same side?
It's important to recognize that, as I mentioned, there are different dimensions of trusts, and it's important to have also trust to in the leadership. Yeah, if the leadership is committed to upskill and reskill the people in the organization, basically, as their job description evolves while they are adopting data and AI, then this serves as a very strong and solid foundation, if you like. Yeah. Then we come to the trust between business users and data professionals, and this is for internal stakeholders. Once you have a win and you have an actionable insights that have delivered value to the organization, you earn the trust. And then it takes a lot of effort to nurture this trust. Yeah.
Right.
Um, uh, but first, to get the first win, I strongly encourage data professionals to get closer to the business stakeholders. Yeah. Um, uh, be very close to them, attend their team meetings, understand what are the business priorities, understand what are the pain points that they are living every single day. Yeah. And then this will help you to come up with the first insight and get that trust. Now, to nurture this trust in future, you need to keep that relationship as close as possible. You need to think about other tools like training, about enriching the data analytics products with simple things like data catalog that gives them the understanding how you have come up with these measures and metrics, or how these have been transformed throughout the pipeline upstream before they come to them. This helps a lot in many ways to build trust also with the data analytics product.
Right. So communication has to be there.
Exactly.
Key. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
now it seems like we're ready for adoption, right? All of these elements are in place. how can we use data and AI literacy, which you talked a little bit about before, to bring these things to fruition?
So enhancing data literacy and AI literacy is a key. It's not one size fits all. It is not that we expect the C-level to code in Python and write SQL scripts. That's not what we expect.
No.
And therefore, it means that you need to have different tools and different trainings for each and every level in the organization to ensure that they have the right level of understanding of AI and analytics, what it is capable of doing, and most importantly, what it is not capable of doing, and how to make the most of the tools that you are making available to them, data analytics and AI products, how to make the most out of these tools and be more productive, how can this positively impact their results. All of these are very important to drive adoption. While driving adoption, we need to be mindful of few things that can go wrong. So it's normal that you face some use cases in which we have over reliance on AI, and some other use cases in which we have under reliance on AI. Let me start with under reliance because it's funny and it's very common. Yeah. So if we have an AI model that forecasts sales, and our sales team is only incentivized for exceeding forecast, yeah, that makes it very likely that your sales team, if they are in the loop, okay, they will overwrite whatever forecast coming out of your AI model, and they will revise it downwards, okay? And because there is a conflict of interest here, so you need to revise the KPI of the sales team or the incentive structure of the sales team in order to realize the value from that AI model. In some other cases, there is over-reliance. And imagine if doctor diagnosing cancer, patients for cancer, and they just rely too much on the AI model, thinking that just because the AI model has 99% accuracy, yeah, it's very unlikely that this model goes wrong. Yeah, so all I need is just to follow the model, which is not necessarily true. Yeah, so the doctor will likely bring a lot of information which we call private knowledge that the AI model is not taking into consideration, or is not reflected on the features of the AI model. And that's really critical that we strike the right balance or the right adoption rate for each and every data and AI product in order to maximize value.
I like that example with the doctor. And yeah, there's been so much talk recently, I think, about AI predicting cancer, and it's all great, but it doesn't replace experience or
Exactly.
an actual person, looking at your results. Thank you. So can you share most some like good examples that you've seen out there of like successful AI projects where we can see like the flywheel in practice?
Yeah, great example is online fashion retailer here in Europe, Zalando. So Zalando has great size and fit recommendation on their app. So if you are shopping for a t-shirt, they say, okay, you are likely, you better go for medium, yeah, because this is running small, running large, whatever.
Okay.
And they use a lot of information from the completed purchases, the returns, previous returns, and also a lot of data that they curate themselves based on information they have about the cut of
The
each
custom.
piece they have on their app. So this is a great example of an AI application that, according to Zalando, delivers great value, reduces returns by 10%. Yeah.
Mm.
And without any doubt, it has very positive environmental impact, yeah, reducing the CO2 emission.
Mhm.
But now we go to a user and see how users will perceive this. Yeah. So as a user, I like to use this feature because it helps me get the right item in the right size rather quickly, rather than receiving large and then return that large and then getting the medium 1 week later. So it helps me get the right item fast. So I voluntarily contribute with more data that can help Zalando AI model perform even better in future. So for example, I'm happy to enter sizes from some items I have already purchased before, even if they are not purchased from Zalando. I'm happy to take some pictures and move around and make sure that Zalando app has a lot of information about me, so it can give me even better recommendations in future. So you can argue that once the user gets the trust into the app and the company, yeah, then the user adopts this more and more and delivers a lot more value to the organization. So this is Flywheel in action, as you just mentioned. Yeah, it's a great example of all these components working together, delivering value for the business, for the consumer, and also for the environment.
And you talked about trust again, right?
Yes,
So it
yes,
came up. Thank you.
that's true.
Yeah. Well, so as we wrap up our discussion, Mo, I mean, could you like summarize key takeaways for our audience about data analytics, AI flywheel, and leveraging it for maximum ROI on AI investments?
Sure. So first and foremost is we need a business strategy infused with AI. We don't need an AI strategy, and we don't need just as you wouldn't do with your marketing strategy and sales strategy to live in vacuums. Yeah. So it's really important starting point, and then we need a North Star that tells us that we are on the right journey, because big part of the business value from AI and data analytics is indirect. And business users are just using the recommendations or the predictions as one of many other decision factors. So it's really important that we know that we are on the right direction. And here I propose the two metrics that I proposed in my article, which is the time to insight and adoption rate for your data analytics and AI product is really important. And then when you think about any data analytics or AI product, think about the benefits it brings to the business, the society, and the environment, and also think of the negative implications this brings across all these parties. This is really important. Once you get that right, then you are ready to go.
I like that. You're ready to go. And
Yeah,
so, because you mentioned your article, I'll be sharing some other resources as well with everyone here, and have your LinkedIn on there, Mo, so that everyone can connect with you and follow up on questions or anything that they might like to go into more and pick your brain, some ideas. And also the link to the article, I've put that into the comments. So you're welcome to copy that. And that's a front link. So you'll be able to just go right in there and enjoy the full article. Right. Well, thank you so much, Mo. We appreciate, well, we had a great discussion, and thank you for your time. And we look
thank you,
forward
Nancy.
to hearing more what your next thoughts are on the
Thank you,
flywheel
Nancy.
here.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everyone.
Same to you. Bye.